Welcome, dog lovers and curious minds alike. Today, we're diving into the world of a truly impressive canine, the Caucasian Shepherd Dog. Buckle up because this isn't your average pup we're talking about. This is a dog that makes other big dogs look like lapdogs. Picture this. You're walking through the rugged terrain of the Caucasus Mountains. The wind is howling, snow is falling, and suddenly you hear a deep, thunderous bark. No, it's not a bear, although you'd be forgiven for thinking so. It's the Caucasian Shepherd standing guard over its flock, ready to take on any threat, be it wolf, bear, or overly enthusiastic hiker. Now let's rewind a bit and explore where this mountain of fur and muscle came from. The Caucasian Shepherd, also known as the Caucasian Ovcharka, hails from, you guessed it, the Caucasus region. We're talking countries like Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and parts of Russia. These dogs have been the trusty companions of shepherds for centuries, protecting livestock from predators and probably scaring the living daylights out of unsuspecting travelers. But here's where it gets interesting. The Soviet Union, in its infinite wisdom, decided to take these various mountain dogs and create a standardized breed. Because nothing says communism like uniform dog breeding, right? So from the 1920s onward, they set about refining the breed into what we know today as the Caucasian Shepherd Dog. Now let's talk size. Remember when you thought Great Danes were big? Well, hold on to your kibble because Caucasian Shepherds make Great Danes look like Chihuahuas in fur coats. We're talking about dogs that can weigh anywhere from 100 to 170 pounds. That's not a dog. That's a small bear with a tail. Standing up to 30 inches tall at the shoulder, these dogs are less who let the dogs out and more who let the horse in. But it's not just their size that's impressive. These dogs come equipped with a coat that would make a polar bear jealous. It's thick, it's lush, and it comes in a variety of colors. From fawn to reddish brown, from gray to white, and everything in between. Some even sport a brindle pattern, just in case you wanted your giant dog to look like a tiger too. Now you might be thinking, wow, what a beautiful fluffy giant. I bet they'd make a great family pet. Well, hold your horses there, cowboy. The Caucasian Shepherd isn't exactly your typical cuddly companion. These dogs were bred for one purpose, to protect. And boy, do they take their job seriously. Imagine a dog with the loyalty of a Labrador, the protectiveness of a German Shepherd, and the stubbornness of a bulldog. Now multiply that by about 1,000, and you're getting close to the Caucasian Shepherd's personality. These dogs are fiercely devoted to their family, but they view everyone else as a potential threat. And when we say everyone, we mean everyone. The mailman, your neighbors, your in-laws. Okay, maybe they have a point with that last one. Training a Caucasian Shepherd is less like teaching a dog and more like negotiating with a very furry, very strong-willed nation. They're intelligent, sure, but they're also independent thinkers. When you say sit, they're likely to give you a look that says, that's an interesting suggestion. I'll consider it. Positive reinforcement is key here, folks, because let's face it, you're not going to win an argument with a dog that outweighs you. But for the right owner, in the right environment, a Caucasian Shepherd can be an incredible companion. They're loyal to a fault, brave beyond measure, and will protect their loved ones with every ounce of their considerable strength. Just don't expect them to fetch your slippers or roll over for a belly rub. These dogs have a dignity to maintain after all. Now let's talk about exercise. You might think that a dog this size needs hours of intense activity every day. But surprise, Caucasian Shepherds are actually relatively low-energy dogs. They're not going to be your marathon training partners or your Frisbee champions. A couple of good walks a day and some playtime in a securely fenced yard is usually enough to keep them happy. But make no mistake, that fence better be sturdy and high. These dogs can jump like they're auditioning for the canine NBA. When it comes to grooming, well, let's just say you're going to need a bigger brush. That glorious double coat requires regular attention to prevent matting and to control shedding. And when we say shedding, we mean it. During shedding season, you could probably stuff a mattress with the amount of fur these dogs lose. On the bright side, If you've always wanted to try your hand at spinning yarn, you'll have plenty of raw material. Health-wise, Caucasian Shepherds are generally robust dogs, but like all large breeds, they can be prone to hip dysplasia and elbow dysplasia. They may also face issues like obesity if overfed and underexercised. And here's a fun fact. Some Caucasian Shepherds can be prone to something called slobber syndrome. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. Invest in drool rags, folks. You'll thank me later. Now, you might be wondering, where can I see one of these magnificent beasts? Well, unless you're planning a trip to Eastern Europe anytime soon, your best bet is to find a reputable breeder or rescue organization. But a word of caution. Caucasian Shepherds are not for the faint of heart or the first-time dog owner. These are serious working dogs that require an experienced hand and a commitment to proper training and socialization. In fact, in some countries, ownership of Caucasian Shepherds is restricted or even banned due to their protective nature and potential for aggression if not properly trained. Denmark, for example, has set a firm nej tak, that's no thanks in Danish, to these mountain monsters.